Hello everyone, it's Nen from Insightful Vibrations. Thank you so much for tuning into this channel. Thank you for liking and sharing our videos and for subscribing to the channel. This is your forecast for the week of June 12th to 18th, 2017. And we will begin with a general overview for all signs, and then we will go into each zodiac sign's potential using the Lenormand Gilded Reverie deck. Well, astrologically and otherwise, we have a much better week. We start off with Venus in Taurus. Venus, of course, rules Taurus and is very comfortable and happy there. And so you can see all kind of Venetian things really being sweet. And that includes money-making potential and romance. So when it comes to romance, people who are looking for more reliable relationships or to solidify a relationship, to create more long-lasting bonds, more sensual experiences, this is definitely a week for that. So be confident that you'll be charming enough, because we also have the moon trining Venus. And when the moon is in a trine configuration with Venus, we see a lot of emotion, but we also see a lot of charm and beauty in people. We see kindness in people. We see generosity as well, and, you know, a softness about people as well. But it can also be good for artistic and creative and sports and politics and those other kinds of endeavors that really require more right brain activities. Now we've also got Saturn squaring Chiron, which means that people will tend to be critical this week, which doesn't really jive well with Venus and Taurus, but all you have to do is be extra diplomatic. Okay, so there's no point in holding back on criticism where it's warranted, but you have to be diplomatic, because we also have aspects to Neptune where it's going to make us very sensitive this week. So we'll have our antennas up high, and you know, we'll feel a lot that is not even said. So even the slightest criticism will seem to be turned inward, and so you want to deliver it with care and respect. And of course, we also have Saturn in a trine configuration with the North Node, which means anyone who wants to travel, engage in sports or politics will also be blessed this week. So I think it's really, really wonderful. We also have Jupiter trine Mercury, and Mercury is in Gemini right now, and that's a happy place because Mercury rules Gemini. So we can look for an increase in communications. We can actually look for an increase in the quality of communications as well, and the ability to see the bigger picture and sway people to our point of view with words. So if you're using words for healing, such as in affirmations, or you're delivering, you know, positive, you know, sort of life-affirming, you know, sentences to people for healing purposes, this could work out very, very well this week. And if you're writing or communicating or doing presentations or giving sales pitches, this is a wonderful, wonderful time for that as well. And now we also have, you know, the Sun in Gemini, which is, you know, bringing out childlike feelings in all of us. It's bringing out that joviality and sometimes even duality. So you may find that people switch gears really quickly this week because they're, you know, trying to do the Gemini thing really unknowingly or unwittingly. And the Sun is trine Jupiter, which means that we are going to be happy-go-lucky. So that just adds to that good, fortunate, generous sort of feel. And some of you who are trying to become famous may actually succeed. Now, with the Sun squaring Neptune, some people may feel not only overly sensitive, but also a little insecure. And then we have, you know, some aspects between Saturn and Pluto that may cause a little bit of, you know, issue with coping with your own power. So, you know, don't overuse your power if you're in a situation where you're in a power position over someone else or something else. But also don't underuse it. Try to achieve a balance where you're exercising your duties, but always with respect and just the right amount of authority. With the Sun squaring, the Sun opposing Saturn, we may sort of feel some long outstanding issues finally have to be dealt with. Okay, it's no more procrastination, no more extensions, no more, and we have to just play on the energy we have this week, because it will be high energy. And instead of, you know, bouncing around a beach volleyball, maybe we can just put our nose to the grindstone for one more week, and really, make good on obligations and promises that we should have done a long time ago. But the week looks absolutely fabulous. It looks, charming and friendly, and there's a lot of beauty, and business opportunities as well will be abounding. Just watch your words. Make sure you're sensitive to others around you, and you should have a wonderful week. So now, going on to your individual sign. Sagittarians, you have an absolutely spectacular week. Starting with romance, let's start there. You have the card 28, the man, and that characterizes your week pretty much as being one of, real love, real compassion, real respect, real companionship. And I feel that for those of you who are committed, it will be, really wonderful and sensual for you this week. But for those of you who are meeting new people, that's also in the cards with the storks. And I do feel that you may even meet someone at a distance or across water, or maybe even on a cruise ship or that kind of thing. And it could even be someone who's not born in the same country where you live. And I do feel with the anchor, number 35, that you've gone through a period of, destabilized sort of activity, and I feel that you're really coming out now with a lot of stability, security, feeling like your burdens are gone. And I really feel that you're, coming into your own sense of, what to be emotional about, what to disregard. And I do feel that, you're really being, sensitive to other people in a very good way with the moon card there. So I feel that you may get some communication as well with the letter there, number 27. And that's a card that talks about mail coming to you, a document, correspondence of any kind, really, even emails or some text messages or things like that. And it could be from a female. It could be a love letter as well. But it could also be about the ending of a relationship or the ending of something that was emotional for you. So really, it's just very good news, and I don't consider it to be bad news, but transformational news. And with the number 8 card, the coffin, a lot of people get frightened with this card, but it really signifies endings. Sometimes it signifies emptiness, so there's an ending to emptiness. That's just wonderful. And sometimes it signifies renewal through detachment from certain people. Maybe you're just a young person who's detaching from mother or father and, coming out into your own and really, feeling the world firsthand without that guidance. And maybe it's reattaching. Maybe you're coming home to mom after a semester of, school, or coming home to dad. So it's really a transformational period, but it's not a bad period. I feel that some of you may be traveling, long distances, but I also feel some of you are gaining employment, which is really nice, and increased revenues for those of you who are in business for yourselves. I definitely feel a changeover in terms of the kinds of clientele, the kinds of work, and that kind of thing. But I do feel that it's pretty auspicious. There are changes, but I think they'll be beneficial in the long run. And while I'm looking at this moon, I realize that I've forgotten to talk about the watery Neptune. Neptune is turning retrograde on June 18th, and it will last right up until November 23rd, 2017. And Neptune's that watery planet that, causes illusions, and it gives us wonderful intuitive and psychic abilities, but it can also raise our empathy levels. And on the more negative side, it can also make us more subjected to deceit, more vulnerable to deceit. So be careful when you're signing any documents this week. You've got the moon and the letter there. Be careful that you're not, signing something that really isn't what you've agreed to, and that it really does reflect on your best interest. And if you're not sure, just get some advice from someone who will be able to help with it. I do feel that with Neptune retrograde, those of you who do want to learn to meditate better, or become better energy healers, or become more intuitive, or enhance your psychic abilities, I do feel that this next 5.5 months will be absolutely you know, door opening for you. So really, really work on that, and don't miss this opportunity to do so, because it won't come up again until next year. And with this spread, Sagittarius, keep in mind that sometimes while there may be emotional turbulence with people coming and going out of your home, or communications coming in and out and going out, I do feel a lot of it is just transient, so nothing to worry about. And I would like you to watch the videos for your sun sign, your moon sign, and your rising sign, so you can get a more comprehensive picture of the week ahead. But I can tell you it's going to be a good one. Take care.